It's time for the Rip City Wrap-Up. The Rip City Wrap-Up is brought to you by Dick Hanna Subaru, Believe in Nice, and Jack in the Box. Now here are your hosts, Joe Simons and Danny Marang.
Again, your Portland Trailblazers put forth a good effort against a good team. Deni looks like an all-star. Once again, they come up short to start the road trip. Hello, welcome into the Rip City Wrap-Up. That's Danny. I'm Joe. How do you feel? Let us know what you think.
Sure, you're thrilled.
About that start time? About your team? About Deni Avdija?
Hey.
About officiating? Use the hashtag RCWrapUp to join in the conversation. We'll get to Deni, we'll get to Shea, we'll get to all those fellas. Two had a good night offensively. Once again, Marang, the Blazers look like they're a Jrue Holiday away from winning a basketball game.
Yeah, they just need one other person, a little bit of an organization. You know, tonight they finished, what was it, how many turnovers they have? They finished with 13, and the majority of those felt like they came in the first half. They seemed to get things under control. And if they just had a little more organization, I know we're going to talk about the free throws. And when you get to the line,
You've
31
got to make
11
your
missed free throws. That's tough. That's where you can kind of hang your hat. But I think a big part of that when you're talking about free throws is you're asking guys to do more than they normally do. When you get to the line, you're a little tired. Sometimes you miss free throws. And Jrue's a guy that has stepped up and nailed free throws multiple times already for the Blazers. But just having a steadying force and allowing Jeremy and Deni and Shaedon to an extent tonight to just step back for a second. Like
There's no chill from the Blazers that are on the court because there can't be.
No,
there's not enough bodies.
I mean, there was a point was in the third quarter that it went 32. I mean, sorry, it was the second quarter. They started off the second quarter. It was 16-4.
Right.
Toronto run, and Calabro even said it. It was Blazers got to score. They haven't scored since 129 in the first quarter.
They need a bucket.
Yeah, it was like they went like almost 5 minutes without a bucket. And it was like the fact that the game was as close as it was is because they clamped the Raptors down in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
They were really good in the fourth quarter, and they had to just almost enough to get it done. But this is what we keep talking about with the margins. It's another clutch game opportunity they fall short on, and you're hoping. I was having this discussion on the radio today. If 2-game winners go the other way for you, if you're able to just muster a little bit up in Miami, if you're able to muster just a little bit up against Dallas, this is a team instead of 8-13 is very easily at 10, 11, 12 wins. Very, very easily.
It doesn't feel like we're trying to come on here and justify a team that's losing basketball games. This is a team that's playing well, has the hardest schedule so far, literally in the whole NBA.
And they're just losing on
through 21 games.
Thin margins.
They played a team. They were incredibly beat up coming into the game. Shaedon still isn't 100%. Still on a minutes restriction. Obviously,
Donovan.
he showed out. Donovan started limping 30 seconds into the game. This is a team that is putting forth great efforts. They had a great first quarter. They had a great fourth quarter. The middle was kind of mushy, and they came up short. It is just one or two possessions down the stretch.
Almost every night.
Figuring out a way to get it done.
With the exception of the OKC blowout and the Houston blowout.
That's right.
It's actually funny. If you look at cleaning the glass, you look at their point differential. The Blazers are 20th in the league in point differential. If you take those two games out of it, which you can't do, that's why point differential exists. But if you take those two games out of it, they go from like a negative 3.4 to like a positive 3.4. It's a huge, huge swing over those games. And that can skew some of it. That's why when you get more data towards the end of the season, it kind of the Blazers they'll blow out a couple opponents. Like they'll play the Wizards or something along those lines. And
from your lips, Marang.
Yeah, they'll get a couple blowout wins. They will. It's an 82-game season. Even the Wizards knocked off the Bucks with Giannis the other night. Chris Middleton had a big game. C.J. McCollum had a big game. Those things.
Like a wise man said, these are all NBA players out there.
Yes, I mean that's what happens. Guys can go out there and it can happen on any given night, but. The Raptors are out there. They don't have R.J. Barrett tonight. He's been out, 4 straight games now. But, Barnes was effective. Jakob Poeltl was a professional bigman tonight.
Poeltl.
Yeah, he does.
He looks really good.
He does what he does, which is finish at the rim really well, be a big man in the paint, gobble up rebounds. He's just a professional big. Like having those guys, and you can tell Donovan's still not 100%. He's still a little sick. Like you said, he was, a little gimpy, right out of the gate. It was like, oh, God. And Donovan, we were talking about this in press row before they left for the road trip last game. The number of times Donovan has rolled an ankle, reached down for his knee, reached down for his calf, just normal run-of-the-mill stuff. But it's like anytime I see a 7'3" guy have below the knee, like little nicks and nags, I'm always like, those compound after a while. And
I don't think you have to justify being concerned about a Portland big man having lower body stuff.
Any big man. Like when a big has lower body stuff, because that's 90% of the injuries these guys deal with. Like you can get by with a shoulder being sore. You can get by with a what do you call it, a thing on your finger, the
hand.
Oh no, the big wrap, the splint.
Splint.
Yeah, I talk for a living. Who knew? But you can get by with that stuff. Like you can figure it out. A lot of guys will do like the not hard cast, but like the closest thing to a hard cast on their hand. I'm sure it makes it difficult to rebound, and yeah, you don't want to get hit on the hand, but you can kind of get by with that just because you can continue to use your size. But when the wheels kind of start falling off, not literally, but you start dealing with that. But on the flip side, you got an insane performance out of Deni Avdija. You got an insane performance out of Toumani Camara. You got a really good performance out of Shaedon Sharpe. And because you fell short on the margins in the free throw column, that was the difference between winning and losing this game tonight.
Yeah, Portland finishes 21 of 32 from the free throw line. And I don't want to also do the thing and the pattern that we fall into sometimes of, all we do is talk about how good Deni is. Let's talk about the B story or the C story. No, we got to talk about Deni first, because he was incredible again tonight, especially with what he's asked, what is being asked of him right now. Mm-hmm. He has to be the point forward. He has to run everything in this offense.
While also being a plus defender for a lot of time.
14 assists, as you can see.
He almost had his career high 14 assists the other night, and they took one away from him and gave him 13, so it was nice to see him actually register that. But Deni finishes the night just an insane stat line again, 25, 14, and 8. Only 4 turnovers like that. You know what? I think we were going to save this for a little later, but I want to play this game with you just to emphasize how good Deni has been. Don't put the tweet up yet, Danny.
He warned me about this, so I don't really know what's going to happen.
There are 16 players.
Get a sip of Jack in the Box.
There you go.
Water.
Babe. There are 16 players in the three-point era from 1979-80 season till now who have spent an entire season averaging 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. How many of those do you think you can name?
Give me the stat line again.
25 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists.
25 points.
There are 16 players. The oldest season on this list.
In a season or a career?
In a season.
Okay.
The oldest season on this list from 79 to 80 until now is the 88-89 season. There are 2 players from that season who did it.
88-89 is the first time it's happened.
No. The query is from 79-80. But the earliest season that it happened in that period is 88-89. And there are 2 players from that season.
Okay. So what you're saying is...
I'm giving you a little hint there.
I understand. No one has ever done this prior to 1988.
No, the other players have, but it's just in the 3-point era.
Sure.
79-80.
Yes. I'm with you.
Okay.
So 88-89
is the oldest season in this grouping.
Jordan?
He has 1, and he is one of the 88-89.
LeBron.
Okay, yep.
16 guys have done this.
16, you have 14 more.
Kobe?
No.
Yeah, 5 assists.
There's a lot of modern day guys.
Barkley?
You got one. That killed Danny. He couldn't get it.
How many did Danny get?
Danny got 11. 11 of the 16.
Modern guys.
Yep. Just think triple-double.
Jokic.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Giannis.
Yes.
Towns.
No.
Points? Assists.
Yep.
Help me out. Give me some more. This
is
boring for people.
Modern guys, you've got Luka.
Sure.
You've got Russ.
Oh, Russ, of course, for God's sake.
Averaged one.
Of course, Russ.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
His career is basically that stat line, by the way. Who is the best shooter in league history not named Kevin Durant, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson?
Oh, well, I was going to say Steph. You said a lot of names right there.
I basically took that era out.
Mark Price?
Larry Bird.
Okay, Larry Bird I was going to say, but the starting of the 88 thing kind of threw me off because that was towards the end of the run there. So how many other guys? And I assume making this
Bird
point.
was 84. But I'm making this point because
Denny's doing this.
This is the entire list. LeBron, who's done it 17 times. It is LeBron, Giannis, Luka, Jokic, Westbrook, Durant, Bird, Tatum, Embiid, DeMarcus Cousins,
Boogie,
James Harden, Tracy McGrady, Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, Michael Jordan.
Oh,
and
Clyde, I'm sorry.
In that
Big
list,
fan of the show.
Denny, if he were to finish the season with that stat line, would be the 16th player. When I say that what he has done and has been doing is absolutely nuts, this is why. Every single guy on this list is a first ballot Hall of Famer, save DeMarcus Cousins and Tracy McGrady, and it's because both their careers are cut short by injuries.
Can we start the take that no one has had yet because it's too early? Deni snub propelling the Blazers in the second half. Like, what if Deni does this, and this is a 15-win team when you get really into the heat of the All-Star voting, right? Let's say things don't go well, players don't come back. You're still competitive like this, but you're winning games at a lower clip than maybe you started with. So let's say you're 15-25 through 40 games, but Deni is still putting these numbers together. There would be a justifiable. I see a twinkle in your eyes. We're talking about this.
You have to go like what 25-15 on the back end to get to the 40.
Sure. But if you get healthy at that point, and maybe if you're fueled by something that galvanizes the team, like a Deni snub, because everyone who knows ball, real ball knowers know that Deni's an all-star.
Look, if Deni is averaging this, he's not getting left off that all-star roster. He's not.
Not going to happen.
No. 25-75. If he is averaging that, he will not get left off an all-star team. Absolutely not.
So there's nothing the record could be.
I mean, they would have to absolutely eat pavement.
Well, Vigil, do we have the standings in a second that we can pull up here? Because, again, I know we're so early in the season, but this is part of the equation for Deni making an all-star team. And it was fine for a while, but now, this is 2-8 in the last 10. This is losing 3 straight. And again, a lot of this is injury luck. A lot of this is scheduling difficulty, razor-thin margins. But when you speak about razor-thin margins, Utah's nipping at the heels. And I know context matters in terms of how you feel about the Blazers season, right? We talk about, look, if the Blazers are a 10 seed and they win 42 games, you're going to feel better about that than if the Blazers, win 45 games and they're, an 8 seed, right? Like, because there's a context about it, right? Where you finish doesn't necessarily matter. It just matters how the team looks, and everything plays into it.
Where the snub comes from for me is not Deni as an all-star. It's Deni as an all-NBA guy. Because every single
Elaborate on that.
Every single one of those guys I just named off was a first ballot Hall of Famer.
So you don't care about the All-Star?
No, I
compared to the All-NBA.
No, I'm just saying if he's going to get snubbed somewhere, the All-NBA is where it's going to happen. He's right now. I haven't looked it up. I almost guarantee if I looked up the books, any betting site, Deni Avdija is so far and above the most improved player finalist right now that you can get absolutely no value on it.
Is that right?
I can do that.
Okay.
We can pull that up real quick.
Take a look. Because the most improved player thing is such an interesting conversation, because to me that is such a subjective award in how you're actually viewing it. Like, sometimes there's a human interest story, like the DeMar Hamlin story in the NFL, when he had that really, really serious injury.
Died. He quite literally died.
Died on the field and came back and had a sensational season. Or it's, hey, the Daniel Jones thing, using another NFL comparison. This guy sucked last year, and now he's good, and that's a comeback player of the year or most improved player, however you want to have it. But Deni going from a really, really solid rotation player to, at the end of last season, oh my God, this guy's on All-Star watch, to now being a bona fide All-Star. I mean, I guess that's what the award is for.
Deni and Jalen Duren, depending on which books you go to. Those are the top 2.
Do you agree with the premise that he should be eligible for this award?
Yes.
Let's start there.
Yes.
Okay, but why? How do you view this award then?
To me, it's not young guy. Like, if you're the number 1, number 2, number 3 overall pick, and you're 3, you go from averaging 16 points a game to averaging 24. Like,
sure.
It's not that. And again, Deni was a high pick, but he was not looked at as a guy that could be this. The numbers I just read to you, those are first ballot Hall of Famers. That, again, you can cut and slice these however you want to, and yeah, Kobe's not on this list, But when you look at those guys, with the exception of somebody like Harden, what does every one of these guys have in common? They're all big apex power players. It's Jordan, it's Barkley, it's Luka, it's Jokic. KD's different because he's a 7-foot scoring machine.
As is Russ.
Tracy McGrady.
Lunatic.
Yeah, like, you're talking about guys that are so far on the fringes.
Yeah, they're outlier of outliers.
Yes, and Deni Avdija is in that group right now. Does he finish the season averaging this? I don't know. We talked about this on the radio the other day, Harris and I, and he was like, what happens when, let's say, Scoot comes back and Shaedon kind of starts to figure things out, like, and Drew's out there, like, how much does Deni kind of fall off? And I'm like, I don't care as far as, like, those guys coming back, because neither Shaedon nor Scoot nor Drew has ever showed that they could be that. The only guy on this roster currently who has shown he can be anything close to that at this level of efficiency is Dame. He's the only other guy on this roster. So if you're talking about where the lion's share of creation, where the lion's share of scoring, like for me, the pecking order is Deni, and then it's a huge chasm. And it's not a shot at the other guys. All those other guys, none of them have shown the capacity, with the exception of Dame, to be a number one guy and be this efficient.
I just don't see how improving the roster would hurt Deni Avdija's game.
No.
I understand the premise of
how it might take away from some of him, but
he's not going to average 28 points a game in this stretch. He'll average 24 points a game, but Denny's still going to get his. And to have Drew Holiday running the show, I just think that's the obviously there's a lot of guys down right now, but to me, Drew is really the missing link between this team being 8-13 and 13-8.
The crazy part about it is, like, if you added Drew back into this, for me, what that does is you can maybe take away some of Denny's bad possessions.
Yeah.
Because there's probably 5-6 possessions a night where either Deni has to or he makes the wrong decision.
And this is part of the Deni experience right now.
It's also, for him, we talked about this all offseason. We're coming in. I was telling you kind of what I had heard, what they were going to give Deni. Before the injuries, talking to the Blazers, the idea was they were going to overtax Deni on purpose. And not to hurt him. Let's see what he's capable of. Let's truly empower him, and let's see what he can do.
What's the turbo meter actually look like?
Like, how far can we push it?
Right.
Where the production's there, but like, where does the efficiency lie? Brad Beal Wizard season. Yeah, Beal was insane. He averaged 30. I think he was 35-5 that year that he didn't make the All-Star team. But the Wizards sucked. Like, it wasn't a good team at all. This Blazers team right now, are they good? Debatable. They're not bad.
They're not bad.
Even with all these injuries, they're not bad.
The floor is high for how many injuries they have.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's Deni. On any given, think about what he has done over the last couple nights. Whether it's a triple-double, whether it's getting to the free throw line 23 times, whether it's 13 assists or 14 assists or 19 rebounds. It's not just, oh, here's a night. Oh, here's a night. Oh, this was a good. It's night after night after night of superlative-laden production with high efficiency.
He can't disappear. I think maybe he's had one bad game, and look what happens.
And they got. I mean, I think he started 0 of 7 in that game, and it was over.
Right.
And that's like, so he has that pressure every single night, and he's delivering efficiently night after night after night. And it's kind of crazy to sit here and be like, man, if Deni had just hit free throws, and I'm like, had anybody else just had a little bit more juice, like that. But that's the ask of when you're the apex guy. You can't have bad nights. We talk about the difference between the number ones on a team, the number twos, the number threes, all the way down the bench. What is the differentiating factor? Consistency.
But it is insane because we're 90-ish games removed from being like, why isn't Bub Carrington on this team? Are you kidding me? We got this. We traded all this for this guy from the Wizards, and what's he doing? He can't shoot. And now it's, how can this guy not be at all? Being this Blazers team afloat until they get healthy.
And I you know me, I hate moral victories. It's something I've always been like, if you're playing professional sports, moral victories are not a thing.
Excited to hear the end of the sentence.
There's a but here. There are context clues around these. When you're in game after game after game after game, and the Blazers have been in basically every game except for the OKC game and the Houston game. You can maybe say the Phoenix game as well. So 3 of their 21 games, it's like, didn't have it. The other 18, they've been there. They've lost on 2 game winners. They've lost. This is another clutch game that they lost. Like, they are there every single night.
Define a clutch game for the newbies.
There you go. It's a game within 5 points with 5 minutes to go. And that's where they find themselves they give themselves a chance every single night, and it's because of Deni Avdija.
It's almost dinner time, wouldn't you say?
Ooh, it is.
Actually, it's past dinner time.
That one?
8 o'clock. Blazer fans, sometimes you got to go big. I'm talking the triple bonus Jack combo. That's 3 juicy beef patties, 3 slices of melty American cheese.
You can't get it.
No one knows what that means. Shredded lettuce, pickles, and Jack's secret sauce on a toasted bun. Plus, fries at a drink. You can order it right now on the Jack in the Box app. That's 3 times the beef 3 times the flavor.
Well, Joe, you can really feel the community spirit tonight.
It's Giving Tuesday, and Dick Hanna Subaru is carrying that spirit forward in a big way.
Oh, boy. Right now, take home any new vehicle before year-end and get two Mountain Hood Fusion Passes on Dick Hanna Subaru.
And when you purchase during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru gives $250 to charity with $75 more from Dick Hanna Subaru.
With hundreds of new Subarus in stock, you're sure to drive home the one you love. The
Dick
car.
Hanna Subaru. Believe in nice.
Indeed.
Time for a deep dive into a shallow topic. It's time for TrendBA.
A little audio click play.
There it
It's
is.
fun.
Oh, I was wrong. Producer Danny's right. This is new segment that we're debuting. Blazers, they're just like us. This is Jeremy Grant, who had 19 points tonight, doing a very Portland activity, rug tufting, Danny Marang.
That's something I know exactly what that is. What is he doing?
He's making a rug. He's tufting it. Look at him.
Is that what one does?
With the tufting. Yes. One tufts.
What's old JG got going here?
Looks like a man holding fire.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Look,
I love that this man has interests. Blazers, they're just like us. He's just out there in the world doing Portland activities.
Jeremy is a guy, like, if you just go, you want to do this? The answer is yes. He just does stuff. He is a
That Jim Carrey film, Yes Man.
Yes, he is a Renaissance man. Like, one of my favorite dudes to talk in doing this for 14 years now. Easily one of my favorite players to talk to.
Fashion god.
He's just, there's always something. But honestly, it's probably between him and Nasir Little, of two of my absolute favorite. Nasir was so much fun because no matter what debate, for those that don't know, we're in the locker room pregame, and it can go a million different ways. And no matter what discussion we would be having, Nasir would always hop in and be like, well, what about this? And it would be something crazy but super interesting at the same time. He'd always ask like 9 follow-up questions, always like very engaged, very interested. And then if you want somebody who's just going to be a complete sarcastic, just brilliant man, Matisse, who I have seen on multiple occasions tell somebody their question is very dumb. Love him. And again, that's not a shot at him. I love him. It's very funny to watch him go, it's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. And then just walk away. It's just, mwah. Look, the Blazers have done a really good job of just bringing in guys that, number one, are great dudes. Like, the locker room the last couple of years has been absolutely phenomenal. And, Jeremy's been frustrated with, the losing and where his role has gone and stuff like that.
Who among us?
Like, those kind of things, that it does liven things up because it leads to interesting conversations. Like, what book is Tease reading right now? How much trash is being talked between Donovan Clingan and DeAndre Ayton if UConn and Arizona are playing? Like, all those kind of things. Caleb Love obviously went to Arizona as well. That UConn just played Arizona the other day. And I was like, hey, so anything going on between you and Caleb? And it's like those kind of things make things fun, right? And that they have a lot of that in this locker room.
So many athletes nowadays are media trained to a point where anything they say is uninteresting. I mean, so to have quirky dudes is really, really fun in a quirky city.
Yes. And this is not a shot at him. Shaedon is the most media-trained athlete I think I've ever been around.
And that's what was hilarious about getting his cute parents on television tonight. They were adorable, and they were chatty, and the mom is just like, this is so fun. I can't believe when my son flies through the air like this. And it's like, look at all the personality just oozing out of Shay's folks.
When there aren't cameras around,
Different
there's
guy.
only a few people, Shaedon is completely different.
Sure.
Completely different.
Yeah.
He's made me laugh just hysterically a couple different times because he's one of those kind of guys that has the ability to drop a one-liner just out of nowhere that's in monotone.
Sniper. Yeah, I love
just
that.
Break a room. Like he's got that ability, and I know the Blazers wish they could get more, do more of that, Shaedon. Like because he's entertaining. He's like the mac and cheese bit. I mean, it's funny because of what it is, but it's like that's unabashedly him. Like it's just those kind of things. Is like. And the Blazers, I think, have done a really good job, especially over the last couple of years, with not just their social media team, but like the video team, like Tristan, who does all of or almost all of him and Tucker do the video work that you see, like the behind the scenes stuff. And it's like, especially in today's age, you talk about the media training. When it's just the team employees around, they relax a little
more
bit.
Bits.
You get more bits. You remember when they get stuck on the tarmac? Where the bleep is Jeremy?
Yeah.
or excuse me, where the bleep is Tristan? Because
Right.
Tristan's behind the camera, and it's like those kind of things, like those pop up. You know, do you remember the Sear teams, all the plain photos?
Yeah.
Like, you get more of that stuff when guys are able to just relax a little bit more. And so it's awesome that, Jeremy just does stuff like this. And now Shaedon's out there on, TikTok trying to do more stuff.
Yes, we are closely monitoring both their TikToks. And
Well,
we'll
at
bring
least
you
somebody here is.
the latest and greatest. Yeah, producer Danny hit us up at like 11:30 in the morning. He's like, guys, new Jeremy TikTok dropped. We got to get it.
Yeah, I have the app. I don't check it all that often.
Certified old man, Danny Marang. Why don't we stick with Shaedon Sharpe
Come.
for a second? Played 30 minutes tonight.
Looked bouncy.
Looked real bouncy.
That base mill windmill was pretty nice.
It was.
Baseline windmill.
It's okay. Again, it's a very weird hour to be doing any of this.
Sure.
It's right in between everything. I thought Shaedon was very, very good tonight. Got the bounce from being home.
Hey,
I don't know how much poutine this guy's putting down.
I mean, he's
maybe a donut.
No, he's putting down some poutine.
All that
Come on.
cheese. It's a lot of cheese.
Little gravy.
Poutine is good for like a bite or two, and then it's like, what am I gonna do with the rest of this?
Eat it, Joe.
It gets, the fries get soggy on the bottom. It's good.
That's why you look like you do and I look like I do.
Poutine is delicious, but so is Shaedon Sharpe's game. Will you relax up here? What did you? He had like an espresso and cream drink that you've never had before.
I've had them recently over the last couple of days.
But it's giving you this energy. It's not like the super high
because
or the
I was
low.
robbed of energy drinks and now I have caffeine past noon and I'm feeling great. That's why.
Shaedon Sharpe loves caffeine too.
Yeah, look, caffeine great for you.
He loves it. Where are you at with Shaedon Sharpe? Because he looked really bouncy tonight.
And he had a good game.
He had a good game.
Again, but
he's still on a minutes restriction.
9 of 18.
And then we're going to see him tomorrow because there's a back-to-back. They got to play in Cleveland in 20 hours.
9 of 18. Great. 0 of 3 from 3, continuing to be the issue. So he's 9 of 15 from 2. Got to his spots, finished at the rim. The possession where he scores, gets the immediate steal, reverses on the other side. Like, yeah, that I want to see more of that. Like, I am at the okay. Let's see what you got, Shay. Like, I'm done doing the whole like, well, he's not doing this, but he's doing this. Like, it's prove it time. You got paid. Go show what you're going to be.
Wait a minute. No grace for the minutes restriction that he's
in?
in?
No. I'm saying in general. I'm not going to sit here and beat him up because he's coming off of this.
Okay.
But I'm also not going to go, well, the rim finishing. It's like, give me 25 games, man. Like, get healthy and put a string of games together.
Don't you think he is in a position where they need a body? They need a scoring.
Oh, 100%.
I wonder if the Blazers were healthy, if we would have gotten a 2-week break from Shea to get as right as he could be,
at least,
and then get out
take
there.
This road trip off. This 3-game part of this road trip.
You saw on the television the next game the Blazers play at home is December 16th. Yeah. So this would have been a logical place if he's on a minutes restriction. Take 2 weeks, man. You'll miss 5 games. Come back for the stretch run of December.
Well, I mean, had he not played these 3 games, which is the Toronto, Cleveland, Detroit games, right? You take those out. They play 3 games in 5 days. Their next game from after the Detroit game isn't until the 11th. There's a three-day break there because of the NBA Cup. So you would have gotten him 10 days off.
Right.
If you had Drew or if you had Scoot, like somebody.
Even if you had one more guy, you probably can make that move. But it's a really difficult spot, not only the Blazers, but Shea are in because everyone is hyper aware of calf injuries now for someone his age, certainly, and for someone who is primarily relies on their athleticism to do what they do.
Yeah.
That's Shea's thing, and you paid him a lot of money, so it's this really difficult balancing act of how long do we leave him in there versus do we get him nice and rested up so he can be healthy for a 30-game stretch?
It'll be interesting to see who does and doesn't play on the back-to-back. Does Rob play? Does Shaedon play? If they do, is there a minute? I mean, with Rob, I don't think they're going to play him. I think they're just...
Isn't that just... Haven't we just established that Rob's not going to play back-to-backs?
Yeah. So
it doesn't really make sense.
Well, that the Blazers are doing it or that Rob would play?
No, that he...
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yes, it would not make sense to play him, to be clear.
And you don't have to worry about Jared Allen. So he's... Well, unless something changes, he's not going to be active for the Cavs tomorrow. Now, you do have Evan Mobley, which... That's the kind of guy you'd love to have Rob for. You don't want Donovan Clingan having to chase Evan Mobley around because,
right.
He's a 7-footer that puts the ball on the ground. That's a little bit of probably a tough ask for him. But at the same time, maybe the Blazers, if Don's feeling better, unfortunately, he's got to get through customs and fly to Cleveland and, short rest.
Get through customs?
Well, Toronto to Cleveland.
Yeah, but don't they all have to get through customs?
Well, I'm saying all of them. That's
okay.
It's not a even though it's a short flight, it's a delayed process, and it's like you don't. It is. It's even through the charter
I understand.
planes.
Okay, how long has it taken to get through customs to the Blazers?
It's taken them a couple hours before. I've heard of a couple different delays that pop up through there. But
okay, no, we're gonna follow up on this.
Okay, I'll ask what the longest has been.
I was just gonna say, let's text Casey Holdahl and find out how long it actually takes them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna set the over/under. 52 minutes.
Okay, I'll ask him.
Okay.
We'll figure. We'll get one. I know
someone actually remember this.
Yeah.
I do want to follow up on this.
I know
tomorrow.
of one time in Toronto that it took forever.
Okay.
So it happens.
Okay.
But my point.
I
being,
know. Sorry.
This isn't like LA to Phoenix.
Sure.
It's not an hour flight.
Right.
And then you're getting into a place. It's nice, cozy, and warm. You know what I mean? It's not Miami to Orlando. They'll bus them up there. It's one of those.
Cleveland
what I mean?
in early December. All right. Let's really.
Yeah. Let's go
unwind.
from Toronto to Cleveland and just really unwind the night. You know what I mean? It's like. No, you're going from one cold place to another cold place where you're just like, all right, here's the slog of it. We know we're shorthanded. We're playing on a back-to-back. It's like, yeah, Jared Allen's out, but still, it's like, so, yeah, nobody in this team's healthy. I mean, you see the cupping marks on Deni's shoulders.
Yeah.
Two's down to the lightest weight he's been since he was a rookie. I know it wasn't that long ago, but he's, rail thin right now because of the ask on him. Don't know about Giroux. Scoot's probably not coming back until New Year's at minimum. Tease has got the soft cast on, so maybe he makes his return on the trip. I would assume if he's not back by the 11th game, they probably wait till they're at home at the 16th. They usually like to run a guy through a practice, but they've only practiced once this year.
But you think we'll see Tease before Christmas?
I do. Yeah. So
that's something.
That's getting a body back, for the love of God. Like they need somebody back. And Blake Wesley, while he is, continuing progress on his rehab, he's still in a boot. He's off the scooter, thankfully, but he's probably not back until All-Star break.
Now, I thought Tumani Kamara was washed.
Yeah, no, I was
What
told.
happened?
We were talking in the media room before last game, and somebody asked, what's up with two? And I said something along the lines of, he just needs to see the ball go in a few times offensively, and defensively, somebody just needs to help him. Somebody just needs to help him. That's what needs to happen. And last two games, ball has gone in hoop, and defensively, I thought he's been really solid.
He was awesome, especially in the first quarter offensively.
He bailed him out.
He was lightning.
I mean, look, the NBA
It's a make or miss league, Danny.
It is.
I don't know if you've heard that before.
But it's also it's about rhythm.
Yeah.
It's so about rhythm. You will see, again, unless you're Jokic, unless you're Luka, and even those guys, they go through shooting slumps. It happens.
It's the old Dame trick. When Dame was in a shooting funk, he would always try to get to the basket early.
Yeah.
Let me see the ball go in the hoop. Let me get to the free throw line, because if I can just see it and feel it, I'm probably going to come out of it.
Where do two shots come from?
Outside, baby.
And so if you don't have a rhythm and you don't trust it, and all of a
Right.
sudden you're just pressing. But if two gets a steal and a run out, now ball go in hoop. He catches a lob on the backside. He gets remember we talked about a week ago. He started getting more offensive rebounds. He started getting more putbacks. It was like, I think that was a part of him, like, okay, my shot's not falling. We need points. I have got to do something more. Him and the coaching staff coming together like, hey, look, we need to get back and transition on defense, but you know what? Hit the glass a little bit harder, because he is one of the better offensive rebounding wings in the entire league. So let him find a little bit of that.
He had 3 tonight.
So yeah, when he can make impact outside of just taking threes or outside finishing in transition, where they're being created for you, and then the pressure's on you because you're not creating your own shot. You know what I mean? Like when somebody dimes you up and you miss it, it makes it infinitely worse. If you self-create a shot, you get a decent shot off and you miss it, you're like, hey, I created a good shot there. Process was good. It's not great, but still. But when somebody dimes you up because they've overloaded the defense and they've helped off of you, what does that do to you mentally? And the thing is, and I know we just saw Caleb Love up there. You know what Caleb Love does when that ball hits him when he's open? He shoots it. And
he's not scared.
It's without hesitation. And if that mentality was around the entire league, so many guys would be better off. It is a talent to be able to do that, to shoot it confidently no matter what. Now, you could say that maybe Caleb shouldn't have that kind of confidence. That's fine. I get it. But having that level of confidence, no matter what's going on, is what has allowed Caleb Love in his college career to have some of those insanely prolific nights.
If I could just transfer 10 to 15% of Caleb Love's confidence into Chris Murray offensively, we would really have something there.
Chris
because
would be a plus role player.
There are times, and it happens once a game, once every couple games, where the shot is with Chris from 3, and he makes an extra pass, or he hitches. He passes up a great shot for a good shot. And it's really disappointing because...
And that's not his basketball IQ.
No.
That's the confidence.
Right. I'm trying to make sure someone else has it because I'm not shooting right now.
And Chris wears it on his face and on his shoulders.
That's right.
If you watch Chris when he misses a shot he knows he'll hit, it's everywhere. It does not hide it. No one is harder on Chris than Chris. And when he has good games, what do you see? You see him smiling. You maybe see him talk a little trash.
Sure.
You see him kind of flexing on guys. I love it when you see Chris make a good play, and he kind of does one of these. Tries to kind of stone cold it, and then he's like, yeah, I did that. And it's like, that's how you know it's confidence. It's not mechanical. It's not this, that, or the other. The mechanical issues arise out of confidence or lack thereof. And if you just have that, because we know 2 can shoot. Is he Klay Thompson? No. But do we know that on volume, he can be a 37% three-point shooter? Yes, we know that. Like, that's there. He had a season of it. And his shot doesn't look broken. But when his confidence isn't there, you see him have some really bad misses. You see him rush. You see him speed it up a little bit. But kind of getting back to this game, he goes 6 of 10 from 3.
Right.
When he does have the confidence, what happens? He gets him up and he knocks him down.
He had 39 in the first quarter. 2 at 13 of those.
Yeah. So if you're, people call me a pessimist a lot. I actually am more optimistic. I just try to take the whole picture of everything. With 2, I think he's going to be entirely fine. Not just shooting, defensively, all the things. When they get healthy, I think he's entirely fine. Because when you take a guy out of a role where it makes the most sense and you push them up and you put that additional pressure on them, it's not that 2 can't handle pressure. It's that the pressure gets to the point where there are leaks. And those leaks turn into turnovers. Because this is a guy that's not asked to do X, Y, or Z. He's asked to do A, B, and C.
Well, I saw someone put it in a very simple way that I agree with. 2 should be like our 5th or 6th leading scorer. He's not supposed to be the 3rd best scorer on this team. And that's the position that he's in right now. It's Deni, it's Jeremy, and boy, I hope 2 gets 20. Or Deni and Jeremy have to have 30. Or Shea has to be healthy, play 35 minutes, and get 34 points. Like, one of those things has to happen right now for the Blazers to get over the hump.
Yes, and for them to win, it's, look, the night that 2 has, what did he finish with, 21?
Right.
His career high is 24. Like, 2's never had a game over 25. So if you get a 20-point performance out of 2, you're going, all right, baby, let's rack this thing up and get on out of town because we just won.
I mean, the Blazers end up shooting 49% from the field for the game.
38% from 3.
38% from 3.
But
it's the free throws. They miss 11 free throws, and they lose by 3 points. That's what it comes down to. It's as simple as that. And, yeah, Portland shot threes well and was competitive down the stretch and got back in a game with Toronto that perhaps it looked like was going to get out of hand at multiple points. But when you look at the stat sheet and you see 11 missed free throws, it's tough not to point at that.
And, Deni's had a couple of those already this season where he's had, again, credit for getting to the line 15 times.
Sure.
Brought this up the other night. Deni's averaging 9 free throws a game. You know who else is averaging 9 free throws a game? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, Deni's 5th in the league at free throw attempts per game.
Yes, and he's shooting 80%, which, look, 80%.
Is that right?
Yes.
I know he's there a lot, so if he misses some, it's not going to look as bad as it would for other players.
He might have dropped under 80% with this performance.
Sure.
79.6, whatever that is, But he's had performances now of 23 free throws, 15 free throws, 13 free. Like, he is getting to the line. And again, that's that ask, that toll. If you're getting to the line that many times, how many times are you driving, Joe? How many times are you putting your head down and going at guys' chests over and over and over again? That is taxing. What happens at the end of the game? Legs.
Well, you know who else is getting to the line a lot? Is Jeremy Grant.
He is.
You thought I was going to do a jack-in-the-box thing there.
I did. Totally did.
Oh, we've done it this long.
Yeah, it finally got me.
Jeremy Grant is in the top 20 in free throw attempts per game.
He's trying to poster guys on a nightly basis.
That was an incredible finish.
Scottie Barnes.
Yes.
Scottie's a big dude. Jeremy just said, weight room, hit him with the shoulder and just yammed on him.
It was impressive.
That's probably the 12th time he's done that this season.
For Jeremy to be this physical compared to what we saw last year from Jeremy Grant, who was clearly a frustrated guy.
Shot 36% from 2.
A guy who was not making a shot. Fans were getting annoyed. You could feel it sort of being reciprocated back and forth. And that's not a shot at Jeremy. Like, there's a lot of frustration. This is a guy who's been a very good player in this year, a very good player in this league for a long time. And it just wasn't happening last season. So to see him have this be part of the equation is really exciting. Jeremy Grant is finding many ways to score for the Blazers this season. He has been very important all year long.
He has. And that's the thing is, like, last year at the rim, he shot 47%. At the rim. He's at 60% right now.
Higher than that, yeah.
So currently shooting 40% from 3. He's shooting 51% from the corners.
Wow.
He's in the 92nd percentile.
That helps.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's Jeremy's accuracy. When I pull up his frequency, his rim attempts right now, he is in the 57th percentile. Last year, 29% of his shots came at the rim. This year, 40% of his shots are coming at the rim. And despite him not liking it, he is giving up his mid-range shot. Only 15% of his shots are mid-range shots this season. That's down from 19% last year. So he's doing the thing they're asking him. He's getting to the rim more. He's finishing at the rim better. He's taking and making more corner threes. He's taking and making more above the break threes. We've talked about this so many times. The role definition. Jeremy Grant is wing Wes Matthews. He is a play finisher. Can he create? Yes. Can he create better than Wes? Yes. Now, Wes was a guy who kind of, much like Jeremy, was a role player, defensive minded. People forget, Jeremy came out of Syracuse as a 2-3 wing. And by 2-3, I mean at Syracuse, under Boeheim, they were playing 2-3 zones all the time. So he went from being a guy that played in that system defensively to being a wing stopper and then a help side stopper. He was a guy that did not shoot. If I remember right, I think he took something or made 12 threes at Syracuse. Over the course of 5 years, he took and broke down his jumper, and now he's a 39-40% three-point shooter on volume. Sound like anybody else you know?
It's just so crazy that Jeremy's been around long enough to
have done that?
And to be a player who was very successful at Syracuse, making 12 threes over his entire college career. That just doesn't exist anymore. It's just interesting to see that kind of evolution.
Wes was very much the same way. When Wes Matthews was with the Utah Jazz, he was taken out of games in the fourth quarter because he couldn't shoot threes. He pestered Jeff Hornacek, who was their assistant coach at the time, so much to help him fix his shot that Hornacek finally said, fine, I'll help you, dude. And then Wes ended up being a 38-39% three-point shooter on volume, and his Achilles not gone, probably would have gone down as one of the best role players in Blazers history. But Wes's job was the smaller ask of Jeremy. Jeremy's got more on-ball juice. We know that. But when the ball found Wes, there was a metric that I was kind of toying with when Wes was with the Blazers, the black hole index. Basically, it's like, what's your assist rate to your shot rate? How many passes do you make or don't make? When the ball hits Jeremy Grant and he's open, what does he do? Shoots the ball. When the ball hit Wes Matthews' hands and he was open, what did he do? Shot the ball. The ask of them is to get good shots and take them. If they are created for you, take them. Jeremy is adding that other layer of, I'm a 40% three-point shooter on volume. You better get out here. And what guys do is they run at him out of control because he has that no-dip three. They know they have no time, so you have to close out hard if you're going to get a contest. He gives him a little up fake. What does he do? Goes to the rim. And he finishes. That is the difference in him. And the thing that Jeremy's gotten killed for, his lack of rebounding. How many times do we see Jeremy come up with clutch offensive rebounds already this season that it feels like he's done it more this season than he did all of last year?
He's in there amongst the trees way more than he was last year. I mean, he had 2 offensive rebounds tonight, a couple blocks and a steal. He is mixing it up in a way that we did not see last season. And, I do wonder, not that Jeremy, he's made the point many times, I didn't stop being good because I came off the bench, which is still my favorite quote of the year, after his first couple games where he was prolific coming off the bench when Chauncey decided to start Shea over him. But I do think it's interesting because Jeremy Grant was fueled coming into this season in a way that he probably didn't expect to be because of the Shaedon Sharpe starting, because of how last season went. And frankly, I don't know if Jeremy expected to be on the team this season.
He would be 100% comfortable saying that. He did not expect to be here.
I think a lot of fans were a little surprised that he wasn't dealt to the Lakers. His name was bandied about for a long time. So the fact that he is here and is still this productive and is out rug tufting and being a fabric of the city, as it were, and still putting together these very, very competent games where he is a focal point of this offense, regardless if he's starting or coming off the bench, is a really impressive thing to see. And it's one of the real important subplots of this season that we have to continue to talk about because it's not something that we really expected coming into it. Not that Jeremy wouldn't be a really good NBA player, because he's been that for a long time, and last season was an aberration. But the other stuff that we're talking about, mixing it up inside, being whatever he needs this team to be.
Timely rebounds, timely blocks, timely steals, those kind of things. First of all, fourth wall break here. Danny, do not encourage him when he has bad puns. Dan, don't ever do that again. I don't want to ever hear that again.
Marang's just talking to himself.
Unbelievable. Second part of this is, you're right. Like, the story of the season is Deni. There's no doubt about it. I think the second story is probably how good Drew was before he went down. He was averaging, I think it was like 18, 7, and 5 on great efficiency, while taking good care of the ball, while also being an unbelievable defender. That's kind of got lost in the wayside because of the injury. Jeremy's like right there.
Yeah.
Because, yes, while Deni means everything, Jeremy's had what? He had the game that he got ejected from, and then he had the
That's right.
He had the one bad shooting night. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, he's been, again, tonight, what did he finish with? I think he was right at 50%, if I remember right.
7 of 11?
Yeah, 3 of 5 from 3, 19, 2 and 5. Again, 2 offensive rebounds, found a way to just contribute. And the consistency from him and what they have asked of him, much like Deni, those two guys have showed up in nearly every single game in multiple facets. It's not just scoring. It's not just creating. The asks of them, they are answering the call almost every single night, and not just an okay way, but a prolific way. Now we're gonna do it? Okay.
Folks, you can, well, let me get into it.
Okay.
You hungry?
I am.
You know that buzzer beater feeling?
Not tonight.
That's what the new classic Smash Jack is. A juicy smash patty. Melty American cheese, lettuce, grilled onions, pickles, and Jack's boss sauce, all stacked on a soft brioche bun. For the ultimate MVP meal, it's rated the best burger in fast food by Jeremy Grant, and you can order it now on the Jack in the Box app. Grab one and go big, just like Donovan Clingan.
He's a very large man. It's another big moment for Rip City, Joe. Kind of. But it's not exactly a big moment, but it is a big moment for giving back.
Because at Dick Hanna Subaru, the Share the Love event is making a real difference this season.
It is the holiday season. Buy any new Subaru before the end of the year, and you'll receive 2 Mountain Hood Fusion Passes on Dick Hanna.
And every purchase during the 2025 Share the Love event means $250 donated by Subaru, plus $75 more from Dick Hanna Subaru to support local charities.
Ooh, more adventure, more impact, more reasons to love your Subaru.
Dick Hanna Subaru. Believe in nice.
Hey.
Now it's time for a deep dive into a shallow topic.
Ooh.
It's Trend BA. Get the graphic. Former Blazers legend, former Portland radio legend, Michael Thompson. You might know him as Champagne Nuts on Twitter. What the? Kareem?
Yep.
So what happened here is this young lady thought she was with star of 1980s Airplane, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, instead of Michael Thompson. So this young lady must have tagged. Oh my gosh.
It's tough.
So what'd she do? Oh, I see. Okay. I see.
Go relay producer Danny's comments there.
Yeah, so she deleted the original post and then tagged Selena Gomez in a new post. I guess making amends, all is right with the social media world.
I don't know what's going on here. All I know is that Michael Thompson is 6'10", which to anybody else might as well be 8 foot tall. Kareem, even his old age, is still like 7'2". Have you ever seen Kareem in person?
No.
He's huge.
Well, yeah, he's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
But I mean, like, I don't think people truly realize, because he played with Magic, who's 6'9", that how big Kareem actually is. I mean, there you go. At least you didn't say RuPaul. I love how he spells handsome.
If you do not follow Champagne Nuts on Twitter, you are doing it wrong because he has some of the weirdest takes about totally normal stuff. And he'll spell things like just the what? He'll spell things like in his own Michael Thompson
it's not even
language.
phonetically. It's just vibes.
It's just silly.
If you're kind of wondering why Klay Thompson is the way that he is,
It's Papa.
there's Dad.
Just a legend of the Blazers. And again, he was on Portland radio forever with Mark Mason back in the day. Big men in the booth. The old man had that in the car when he was picking me up from school.
Two large men.
Two literally large men.
Mason's 6'8", Michael Thompson 6'10", so...
And
two
Mark
big boys.
Mason is tall. It's not like, oh, this isn't a tall guy. He's like, that's an enormous,
Yeah, no, Mason's a big boy.
enormous man.
Great pipes.
Great pipes. Danny, this game, this is more Michael Thompson. At the San Diego Chicken?
Gotta love that.
Are they playing the Clips back in the day?
There you go. He's drawing it up for him.
Let's see, now those are the Blazer uniforms I want to bring back or have some edition of.
Those are bangers.
Those are the cleanest uniforms the team has ever worn. Is that Bowie in the background there?
It does look like him.
Attaboy.
But, yeah,
We
those,
already had Clyde.
those are the second best Blazers uniforms to me. Very good vertical lettering.
You like the Sidney Wicks back in the day,
Vertical
like
lettering.
1970.
Vertical lettering, red jersey.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Those are fabulous.
Flawless execution.
So this game started early in the day.
Oh,
I think
yes.
some folks are excited about it. Some are
Love it.
confused. Some have no idea a Blazer game even happened.
Joe, it's 8:37, and we're going to hop off air here in a few minutes.
Well, for YouTube, there is no time. So if you're watching on YouTube and it's like 2 years from now, how's the future?
There you go.
Let us know. This game was too early. I wanted it to be later in the day.
I don't.
I'd like to get through my day.
No.
And so I put it out on Twitter. If you had to pick one start time for all 82 for the Blazers, what would it be? And the consensus, what do you think it was?
4:30.
6 o'clock.
Okay.
You get a little break from the grind, the crushing pressures of the workday.
What's that like?
My goodness. You do it to yourself, Danny. Take a break.
Well, find it for me.
I see at 7 p.m. You go to bed sad and depressed. But now you can reboot. So Blazer Central, currently in reboot mode.
I do love a 4:30 is good. 3 o'clock's better.
3 o'clock is not practical.
I know, but
during the week.
But you're asking me what I would like. For me, selfishly, I get off air at 1. I could go right to the arena, start my job, and continue going through the night, and be home before 11 dark 30.
But for a realistic time for the NBA to actually start games.
I don't care about them.
During
It's about me, Joe.
Who do you
It's
care about?
Me.
Because
care about me.
Okay, well, let's actually play this out. So if the Blazers played at 3 p.m., you're going to have a half-empty arena. People need to make a living.
Yeah, no,
They're not
you get
Danny
there,
Marang.
You get there early. Come on now.
You can't go to a 3 p.m. game on a Tuesday.
Small arenas.
And now you have the poor people of Toronto.
Play the
That game
Child
didn't
Center.
start. That game didn't start until 7:42.
That's gross.
in
by the way.
Toronto.
That's so.
OKC,
those 8 o'clock start times
in Golden
are
State
so nasty.
just tipped off at 8 p.m. local.
Yeah.
Those are egregious. And I know the NBA got $11 billion
Yes.
from all those TV networks.
Well, it's, the 8 p.m. start is NBC being weird about it.
Right.
Like, that's all that was.
Because they want to have it. They want to have their 5:30 and they want to have their 8.
No. They don't care about the West Coast.
Is that what it is? East Coast bias?
It is. They pushed back the West so they could prioritize that Eastern Conference viewing.
Yeah, but if you have a 5 p.m. tip in New York, that's still 8 p.m.
They want the East Coast viewing audience or audience to be in their seats and home. Because in the East Coast, nobody gets home until 5:30 or 6 because their traffic is just complete and totally abysmal.
I mean, I don't know. To me, I think and this is a little bit dorky, but I think it's probably given them a better lead into the Tonight Show than they would otherwise have.
I mean,
instead of like another Chicago show, we have enough of those, right? Chicago. How much stuff can they do in Chicago to make all these show about?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's
Blazers
Chicago, overrated city.
are still. Wow, you don't like Chicago?
It's fine.
I think it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what did you call Wrigley Field the other day?
I can't say it on TV.
Was it that bad?
Yeah, it was that bad.
Oh, it did have a bad word.
Yeah,
in
it did have a bad
being
word. I'm
reminded
a Cardinals fan. I hate the Cubs. Yeah.
of what it is. I just love your take.
Yeah.
Wrigley Field sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Not that cool. Ivy overrated. Blazers play another basketball game tomorrow. And again, it's even earlier than today. It starts at 4 p.m.
Mwah.
They're taking on the Cavaliers of Cleveland. And that's another good
Mitchell,
basketball team they're playing.
pretty good.
Another good basketball team
Yeah.
they're playing. And they're doing it on short rest.
Yeah. Look, I I didn't think the Blazers would be as competitive as they were with Toronto tonight, just because I thought they presented a lot of problems. Had they stolen this game tonight, 9-12 looks better, and maybe you find. We talked about this before. This 5-game period.
Find a way.
If you were able to go 2-3, great. But if you'd stolen this game tonight, 3-2's kind of there because you've got Memphis and Sacramento on the back burner of this, and you're like, hey, this doesn't look too shabby.
I don't know, dude. I think if they can get one of these 3.
Well, yeah, against Toronto, Cleveland, Detroit.
Yeah, if
that was going to be a big
3,
ask. Yeah, and they had an opportunity tonight. So
they did.
And that has kind of been the story, is that on these margins, it just hasn't been there.
Right. Most of you are watching this with the sound on. A lot of folks are not. They're watching it across a bar. They can't hear anything we're saying right now. This message is for them. It's time for the mute message.
What do you got for us tonight, Joe?
I've got the mute message tonight. The Blazers have an all-star.
They do.
Deni Avdija will be an all-star. There is going to be no snubbing. If there is, we'll have something to be upset about, which is also fun. But the Blazers have an all-star. And if you're in a bar watching this right now, know that.
I thought there was like a hidden message in your underlying. I was like, Azers,
if you read all the A's, you'll find the hidden treasure. Blazers have an all-star. It's very exciting.
Dakota ring. I like that.
Oh.
There you go.
The Little Orphan Annie Dakota ring. Is
exactly.
that the? Are you a Christmas Story guy?
Drink more Ovaltine. Come on.
A crummy commercial.
Come on, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Rip City Wrap-Up. Especially thank those of you who watched the game on K2, said no to Ryan Seacrest in Wheel of Fortune, flipped over to KUNP. We really appreciate it.
That's very Princey vibes.
Very what vibes?
Little Dave Chappelle.
Oh, is that what you're bringing the people in?
Yeah, that's bringing them in. Bringing them in.
That makes us very old to these people. A lot of people don't get that reference. But whether you do or not, we love you all so much.
Bye.